Any questions? Can I start where I stopped?
Okay, all right. Yes, let's begin with the questions. Any questions? Jerry? Oh, do you have a question?
Someone mentioned term limits. What's your feelings on term limits?
You know, Jerry, I would support term limits. I really have no problems with term limits. Being from southeastern Oklahoma, and we're all familiar with the Gene Stein incident, and I think term limits would serve us well, so I would support term limits. Can I elaborate on that?
Yes, you may.
I would like, and I'm excited because I picked up my voting, registered voting sheets in the Pontotoc district. We have 13,500 voters. Now that's a terrific increase over what's normal. Normal from last year to this year, you'd see maybe 500 or 600 increase in voters. Well, we've tripled it this year. That gives me excitement because I think there may be a lot of Chickasaws, younger Chickasaws, that are going to become more involved in our government. And that's a big plus. Because I think when you reach a certain age, you probably aren't really as effective. You aren't able to you aren't able to think as quick, maybe you aren't able to drive anymore. So I would like to see term limits, and I would like to see younger people become involved and come into the Chickasaw Nation.
Recently there was I'm not sure if you call it a vote, or there was discussion, I guess the committee of the whole, on filing fees. You know, I don't know if it's applied to this election or another one in the future if it's gone through. My understanding was it was going to, what, more than what you had to put in just to put your name on the list, and then whatever it takes to run. Could you explain a little bit more of what happened there? What did you particularly on that subject? Can you tell us what happened to that legislation?
Okay, there was a resolution.
Stop, you said.
It's that. Okay. There was a resolution that came before us, and it was simply stating that filing fees would go from 500 to 1,000. So for this race, had that came to pass, we would have had to put $1,000 on the table to file. And it went up straight across the board, you know, for the governor. It went from 2,500 to 5,000 was the changes in those fees. I didn't support it. I spoke out, told them my opinion. And the reason I didn't support it was it's hard enough to come up with $500 for Chickasaws. And we have a lot of good Chickasaws out there that would run and make good legislators. They simply do not have the resources. So to me, if you double that filing fee from 500 to 1,000, that's just shutting the door on them being able to file and being able to take part in our government. And I think every Chickasaw that wants to should be encouraged to be active in the Chickasaw Nation. So that was basically what it was. It went to the committee of Sulphur Committee of the Whole. We had a large turnout of Chickasaws who wanted to speak, voice their concerns. We amended that resolution, which meant we took the increase out and there was actually 3 areas attached to that 1 million, but we took that out and ended it, and, so that's why it's not in effect.
Any other questions?
You did that as a committee, or you did that as a whole legislature?
You mean,
By not voting to raise the,
no, the whole legislature, when we amended it, it had to come, all the people there at the committee of the whole.
oh, okay.
We had to vote to amend it, and we did. We voted. So,
Any other questions? Yes.
I guess as someone who's been in the legislature for, you said 7 years?
yes,
I guess, what have you accomplished and what would you like to accomplish if you're elected?
well, my background is education, health, and I think we have been able to accomplish a lot. One of our duties as legislators is to look at the budget and to pass that budget. And when you look at that budget, there's always an increase in health care and education. And that's a good thing. I support both of those because we know that education is the doorway to a better life for our people. Health care is critical. I grew up in a time, this is going to tell my age, I'm sure, but in the 50s when most... I don't have to tell you.
Time is up.